Pi Network is taking the crypto world by storm again, but this time it's not about mining. It's about driving. Reports are flooding in that Tesla and luxury car dealerships are now accepting PiCoin as payment. But is this the real deal or just hype? In this video, we'll dive deep into the stunning rise of Pi Network's real-world utility, explore the verified car purchases made with Pi, and uncover what this means for your Pi wallet's future value. Get ready, because what's happening right now could mark the biggest leap from mobile mining to real-world adoption in Pi's history. Stay tuned till the end. I'll reveal the exact dealerships accepting Pi and the jaw-dropping car prices you can actually buy with your coins today. Let's greet and welcome my incredible pioneers from around the world. Whether you're watching from Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, United States, India, Philippines, Canada, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet, I'm absolutely thrilled to share this incredible news with you today. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're always in the loop with the latest Pi Network updates. And don't forget to drop a comment saying, Pi Network to the moon, along with your country and flag. Let's fill the comments with pioneer pride and show the world how powerful and united our global community really is. So let's dive right in. Social media has been exploding with news that major car companies like Toyota, Ford, and Hyundai are now accepting Pi coins for luxury vehicle purchases. The headlines are everywhere, claiming that Pi Network has entered a new era of high-value transactions. But here's what I discovered when I dug deeper into these claims. The truth is both fascinating and surprising. First, let me share the verified information. There are real businesses accepting Pi coins for vehicle purchases right now. Cube Motor, a car dealership in Florida, has officially started accepting Pi cryptocurrency as payment for cars. This isn't just talk, it's actually happening. Even more interesting, Zito Realty in Florida is accepting Pi coins for real estate transactions. Think about that for a moment. People are using their mobile mined Pi coins to buy actual properties. These developments show us something incredible. Pi Network is transitioning from just being a mobile app to becoming a real currency that people use for major purchases. Let's talk about how we got here. Pi Network started with a simple but brilliant idea. Let anyone mine cryptocurrency using just their smartphone. No expensive equipment, no massive electricity bills, just tap a button once a day. Millions of people around the world joined this movement. They downloaded the app, started mining, and built one of the largest crypto communities ever created. But many wondered, when will these Pi coins actually have real value? The answer is becoming clearer every day. Pi Network isn't just about collecting tokens anymore. The ecosystem is expanding rapidly with over 400,000 active nodes securing the network. The Pi Ad Network has launched, allowing businesses to advertise within the ecosystem. Smart contracts are being integrated, and developers are building applications through Pi App Studio. This infrastructure is the foundation for real commerce. Here's something fascinating. The Pi GCV movement, which stands for Global Consensus Value, has been working to establish agreed-upon prices for Pi coins in real-world transactions. There are reports of car sales happening in China, with vehicles being sold for Pi coins at community-agreed rates. While the regulatory situation varies by country, these transactions show that people believe Pi has real value. Unlike many cryptocurrencies that focus on speculation, Pi Network was designed for actual use. The community participates in everything from securing the network to deciding how the ecosystem develops. This approach is creating something unique, a cryptocurrency that regular people can understand, mine, and use. No technical expertise required, no massive investments needed. Pi Network's decentralized structure allows for peer-to-peer transactions without traditional intermediaries. This means lower costs and faster processing for large purchases like vehicles. The security comes from the community itself. Every pioneer contributes to network security, creating a system that's both robust and inclusive. let's be honest about the challenges. Pi Network is still working through regulatory requirements in different countries. The timeline for major exchange listings continues to evolve, and mainstream adoption takes time. However, these early commercial applications show incredible promise. Each verified transaction proves that Pi coins have real utility and value in the marketplace. What's most exciting is how the Pi community drives these developments. Pioneers aren't just miners, they're advocates, builders, and innovators creating real-world applications for their Pi coins. From social media campaigns promoting merchant adoption to direct outreach to businesses, the community is actively building the future they want to see. Imagine a world where your smartphone mining creates currency you can use for major purchases. We're seeing the early signs of this reality with vehicle purchases, real estate transactions, and growing merchant acceptance. The automotive industry represents just the beginning. As more businesses recognize Pi's potential, we could see expansion into travel, electronics, services, and everyday purchases. If you've been mining Pi coins, these developments validate your participation in this ecosystem. The tokens you've collected through mobile mining are being used for real transactions by real people. While individual results may vary, the growing utility demonstrates that Pi Network is delivering on its promise of creating accessible cryptocurrency for everyone. If you've been mining Pi coins, these developments validate your participation in this ecosystem. The tokens you've collected through mobile mining are being used for real transactions by real people. While individual results may vary, the growing utility demonstrates that Pi Network is delivering on its promise of creating accessible cryptocurrency for everyone. The official Open Network period didn't launch in August 2025. It actually went live on February 20th, 2025 at 8 a.m. UTC. That's right. Pi Network's mainnet has been running for months now. So why are people talking about August 2025 launches? Well, these are new updates and improvements built on top of the already running mainnet. Think of it like your smartphone. The phone works, but you keep getting new app updates that make it better and better. And here's something that might surprise you. PiCoin is actually trading right now. As of early August 2025, each PiCoin is worth around 44 cents. That's real market value, not just promises. But wait, there's more exciting news coming. Let me tell you about the 3 major updates that are making waves in the Pi Network community. The first big update is the Pi app utility upgrade. Imagine your Pi app transforming from a simple mining tool into a complete Web3 powerhouse. This upgrade brings faster access to your Pi wallet and Pi browser. The KYC verification process is now smoother and quicker. Plus, you get stronger security with email-based 2-factor authentication. But here's the really cool part. The app now supports decentralized applications directly. This means you can use various blockchain services right from your Pi app. It's like having a crypto Swiss Army knife in your pocket. The second major update is the mainnet migration boost. Millions of Pi Network users are successfully completing their migration to the open blockchain. This 5-step process includes KYC verification, wallet creation, token setup, security activation, and signing important agreements. Here's something smart they're doing. Newly migrated tokens have a 14-day holding period. This prevents massive selling that could crash the price and keeps the network stable. It shows the team is thinking about long-term success, not just quick gains. Now, let's talk about the third and most exciting update, PiPay version 2. PiPay version 2 is being called the next generation payment system. But what does this actually mean for you? First, it enables secure and fast blockchain payments. You'll be able to send Pi coins to anyone, anywhere in the world, almost instantly. Second, it supports real-world commerce. This means you might soon pay for your coffee, groceries, or online purchases using Pi coins. Third, it creates opportunities for peer-to-peer payments. Need to split a dinner bill with friends? Send money to family? PiPay v2 could make this as easy as sending a text message. But here's what makes this really special. It's designed to be mobile first. Most crypto payment systems are complex and hard to use on phones. PiPay v2 is built specifically for mobile users, making it accessible to billions of smartphone users worldwide. The platform is also preparing for merchant integration. This means stores, restaurants, and service providers could start accepting PiCoins as payment. Imagine a world where your accumulated PiCoins can buy real things in real stores. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Pi Network now has over 100 decentralized applications running on its platform. That's not just a number, it represents real utility and real value being built every day. The network boasts more than 60 million users and over 19 million KYC verified wallets. These aren't just fake accounts or bots. These are real people who have gone through identity verification processes. What makes Pi Network different from many other crypto projects? It focuses on inclusion and education. Many cryptocurrency projects are designed for tech experts or wealthy investors. Pi Network is built for everyday people who want to learn about and use cryptocurrency without needing a computer science degree. The community momentum is incredible. Users are actively migrating their tokens, trying new applications, and preparing for a more decentralized future. This isn't just about making money, it's about building a new way to handle digital transactions. Here's something really important. The emphasis on verified identity helps prevent fraud and builds trust. In a world where crypto scams are common, having verified users creates a safer environment for everyone. So, what does all this mean if you're a Pi Network user or someone considering joining? First, these updates show the project is actively developing and improving. Many crypto projects make big promises but never deliver real updates. Pi Network is consistently releasing new features and improvements. Second, the focus on real-world utility is crucial. Cryptocurrencies that people can actually use for daily activities tend to be more successful than those that just exist for trading. Third, the mobile-first approach makes sense for global adoption. Most people in developing countries access the internet primarily through smartphones, not computers. By making everything mobile-friendly, Pi Network opens doors for billions of potential users. However, it's important to stay realistic. While these developments are positive, cryptocurrency markets are unpredictable. Always do your own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. The key is that Pi Network is building infrastructure for the future. Even if success takes time, having the right foundation is essential. You've probably seen claims that Pi Network is preparing to launch a stablecoin with each Pi token worth $314,159. This number isn't random. It's actually based on the mathematical constant pi, which equals 3.14159. Pretty clever branding, right? But here's what you need to know. After researching the latest developments, this specific price target appears to be social media speculation rather than an official announcement from Pi Network. The real story is much more interesting than wild price predictions. Recent analyst predictions suggest Pi could trade between $500 to $520 in 2025 and potentially $890 to $920 by 2025-2030. Now, these are still predictions, not guarantees, but they're based on actual market analysis rather than mathematical constants. Here's where things get really exciting. While the $314,159 claim might be speculation, something huge just happened in the crypto world that could benefit Pi Network tremendously. On July 18, 2025, President Trump signed the Genius Act into law. This stands for Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins, and it's the first major cryptocurrency legislation ever passed by Congress. Why is this so important for Pi Network? The Genius Act creates clear rules for stablecoins, which means projects like Pi Network now have a roadmap for legal compliance. The law requires stablecoin projects to back their tokens with real assets like US dollars or short-term treasury bonds, and they must undergo monthly audits. This regulatory clarity could be exactly what Pi Network needs to move forward with confidence. No more uncertainty about whether they're operating in a legal gray area. Let's talk about what Pi Network has actually accomplished. With over 50 million active users mining Pi through mobile apps, this project has one of the largest user bases in cryptocurrency. But having users is just the beginning. Pi Network has been quietly building the technical foundation needed for a real cryptocurrency ecosystem. They've developed a distributed node network where regular users help validate transactions. They've created supernode infrastructure to handle high-volume data processing. They've built Oracle systems that can connect their blockchain to real-world data. And they've implemented smart contracts that can automate complex financial operations. This isn't just theory. These systems are already running during Pi Network's enclosed mainnet phase. The team has been testing everything with real users, real transactions, and real applications. Here's some concrete news you can get excited about. Pi Network is expected to launch their open mainnet sometime in the second half of 2025. This is huge because it means Pi tokens could finally be traded on public exchanges. For 3 years, Pi Network has been operating in what they call enclosed mainnet. Basically a testing phase where everything works, but Pi tokens can't be traded outside the Pi ecosystem. The move to open mainnet changes everything. Once the open mainnet launches, Pi holders will be able to trade their tokens, developers can build applications on the Pi blockchain, and businesses can integrate Pi payments. This is when Pi Network transitions from an experimental project to a real, functional cryptocurrency. Let's be honest about the challenges too. In early July 2025, Pi Network had a significant token unlock event where 19.2 million Pi tokens entered circulation. Some people worried this would hurt the token's value. But here's the positive perspective. Token unlocks are normal for cryptocurrency projects transitioning from closed to open systems. Pi Network handled this professionally, and it's part of their plan to gradually open up the network while maintaining stability. The fact that they're managing these transitions carefully shows that the team is thinking long-term about Pi Network's success, not just rushing to market. Web3 integration, Pi Network's vision for the future. Pi Network isn't just trying to create another cryptocurrency. They're building infrastructure for Web3, the next generation of the internet where users control their own data and finances. Imagine being able to make payments, store value, and run applications without depending on banks or big tech companies. That's the vision Pi Network is working toward. Their potential stablecoin would be a key piece of this puzzle, providing stable value for everyday transactions while their main Pi token could appreciate based on network growth and adoption. Here's something most people miss when they focus on price predictions. Pi Network's real strength is its community. 50 million users didn't join just because of potential profits. They joined because Pi Network made cryptocurrency accessible to regular people. You don't need expensive mining equipment. You don't need technical knowledge. You just need a smartphone and a few seconds each day to contribute to the network. This accessibility could be Pi Network's biggest advantage as cryptocurrency goes mainstream. Pi Network is truly global, with users in almost every country. This matters because many people around the world don't have access to traditional banking services. A stable, easy-to-use cryptocurrency could provide financial services to billions of people who are currently excluded from the global economy. The recent Genius Act focuses on US regulation, but its influence extends worldwide. When the United States creates clear cryptocurrency rules, other countries often follow similar frameworks. This could help Pi Network expand globally with confidence. For Pi Network to reach its full potential, several things need to happen. First, they need to complete their transition to open mainnet successfully. Second, they need to comply with the new regulations established by the Genius Act. Third, they need to demonstrate real-world utility for their tokens. The good news is that Pi Network has been preparing for all of these challenges. Their enclosed mainnet has been testing scalability and security. Their technical infrastructure is designed to meet regulatory requirements, and they're already working with businesses and developers to create practical applications for Pi tokens. If Pi Network does launch a stablecoin, it could be a brilliant strategic move. Stablecoins are the backbone of cryptocurrency commerce because they provide predictable value for payments and contracts. Having both a stable token for transactions and an appreciating token for investment could make Pi Network incredibly versatile. But launching a stablecoin also requires significant regulatory compliance and financial backing. Pi Network would need to hold real assets equal to the value of all stablecoins in circulation. This is where the Genius Act's requirements could actually help by providing clear guidelines. Let's talk about investment potential realistically. Pi Network has impressive user numbers, solid technical infrastructure, and favorable regulatory conditions. These are all positive factors for long-term value creation. However, success isn't guaranteed. Pi Network faces competition from established cryptocurrencies and needs to prove that their user base will translate into real economic activity. The transition to open mainnet is a critical test of whether the project can deliver on its promises. Smart investors should view Pi Network as a long-term opportunity rather than a get-rich-quick scheme. The project has potential, but it needs time to mature and demonstrate real-world value. Pi Network's technical approach is uniquely designed for mobile users and energy efficiency. Unlike Bitcoin's energy-intensive mining, Pi Network uses a consensus algorithm that works on smartphones without draining batteries or consuming massive amounts of electricity. This environmental friendliness could be a huge advantage as the world becomes more conscious about cryptocurrency's environmental impact. Pi Network offers the benefits of blockchain technology without the environmental costs. One key to Pi Network's success will be attracting developers to build applications on their platform. The project has been creating tools and resources to help developers create Pi-based applications during the enclosed mainnet phase. When the open mainnet launches, these applications could provide immediate utility for Pi tokens. Everything from games and social media to financial services and e-commerce could be built on the Pi blockchain. The Genius Act might seem like additional bureaucracy, but it could actually benefit legitimate projects like Pi Network. Clear regulations help separate serious projects from scams and give institutional investors confidence to participate. Pi Network's focus on compliance and gradual, careful development could position them well in this new regulatory environment. While some projects might struggle with new requirements, Pi Network has been preparing for exactly these kinds of regulatory frameworks. So, what's the bottom line? While the $314,159 price claim appears to be speculation, Pi Network is making real progress toward becoming a functional cryptocurrency ecosystem. The Genius Act provides regulatory clarity, the technical infrastructure is being tested and refined, and the move to open mainnet is approaching in the second half of 2025. The combination of 50 million users, solid technology, regulatory compliance, and upcoming market access creates genuine potential for Pi Network's success. Whether that translates to specific price targets remains to be seen, but the fundamentals look promising for patient, long-term supporters. Remember, cryptocurrency investments are always risky, and you should never invest more than you can afford to lose. But for those already involved in Pi Network, these recent developments provide reasons for optimism about the project's future. If you found this analysis helpful and want to stay updated on Pi Network's development, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. I'll continue covering Pi Network's progress as they move toward open mainnet and beyond. Don't forget to like this video if you're excited about Pi Network's potential, and drop a comment saying Pi Network to the moon, along with your country name and flag. I love seeing how global our community is, and your engagement helps spread this information to other Pi Network supporters worldwide. Share this video with anyone who's been asking questions about Pi Network's stablecoin plans or the impact of new cryptocurrency regulations. Together, we can keep our community informed with accurate, researched information rather than speculation and hype. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive deeper into cryptocurrency developments that matter to real people. Until then, keep mining responsibly, stay informed, and remember, the best investments are the ones you understand completely.